4.2b, determine the center and foci of an ellipse by using completing the square method. We are going to use the method of completing the square. This is the general equations of an ellipse. Then we are going to convert this form into the standard one so that we can have the information to sketch the ellipse. So example 26, sketch the ellipse. We have this. In standard form, the right side must be equal to 1. Okay, so we are making the right side is equal to 1. Now it's 144, so we need to divide 144 both sides. So we get x squared over 16, y squared over 9, and equal to 1. Make sure 1 must be on the right and right must be 1. So we know that a squared is 16, which is a is equal to 4, and b squared is equal to 9, and b is 3. So from here we know that our center is 0, 0. So we have center is 0, 0. Next we are going to find the value of c, because we need the coordinate of the foci, which is a is greater than b, a is greater than b, and our c squared is a squared minus b squared, and your a squared is 16 minus 9 for b squared, and you will cut 7 for the c squared. So c is square root of 7. We take the positive because c represents the length. Now we are going to sketch the ellipse. This diagram already been sketched to you. So first you need to label the x and y axis. You need to, in order to get the marks. And your center will be 0, 0 here. Your center will be 0, 0. Okay. So you need to label here center at the origin. Okay, here. And then you need to have the V major. Okay, because we know that a greater than b, that's why in horizontal ellipse, and we know that the V major has the x coordinate change, so it must be h plus minus a for the horizontal ellipse, and it will be hk. So v1 will be, because our a is 4, so it will be 0 plus minus 4, so it's 4, and our k is 0. And v2 will be automatically negative 4 because 0 minus 4. Okay, so we have v1 here, which is 4, 0. We have here v2, which is negative 4 equal negative 4, 0, the coordinate. And we have v minor, which is will be have the here same x and same x coordinate, which is h. Okay, and we have k plus minus b because the value of y is different. And then we have v3, our b is 3, so it will be h will be 0, k will be 0, 0 plus 3, and v4 will be 0 minus 3. And then we label it here, it will be v3 0, 3, and v4 is 0 minus 3. Next we need to find the foci, and we know that foci must be linked with the major vertices, which it will be h plus minus c, and the coordinate of y is k. So f1 is h is 0, so c is square root 7, so it will be plus square root of 7, 0, and f2 will be negative square root of 7, 0. So it must be here f1, which is square root of 7, 0, and here f2, which is square root of 7, 0. So you must have all the label with the x and y axis, and it finish. You will get the format of it. Then we continue with example 27. Asks you to sketch the graph. It gives you the general equations of the ellipse. So let we start complete the square, because it involves this one. There is a coefficient of x and y. So we start with writing again the plus 64 minus 18y minus 71. Okay, first we rearrange. Okay, mistakes for this one. This is y. Okay, let's rewrite the equation. 16x squared plus 9y squared plus 64x minus 18y minus 71. First we rearrange so that all the x squared of all the x term be together, so we will have this way. Okay, x will be with x, 64, and y will be with y, and 71 you bring to the right side, and then factorize this one. Factorize so that we can have only x squared with the coefficient of 1. So basically we are going to factorize the 16, so you will have x squared plus 4x. So the x squared is 1 at the front, which is coefficient of it is 1. That's our aim. And then we need to factorize the 9. Okay, so we'll have 9y squared minus 2y equal to 71. So next step we are going to complete the square, because this is the quadratic in simplest form. So 16 must be outside, and you have another big bracket which is inside. The 4 divided by 2, that's the formula of completing the square, which is 4 divided by 2. You can skip this step actually, but I'll teach you again and again for completing the square for circle, for ellipse. Don't forget the big bracket, because 16 is times all this one, and plus 9, and there is another big bracket for y, negative 2 divided by 2. Okay, squared, and here will be always negative, because although it's positive, it's negative. That's the formula of completing the square. If you don't remember, just Google it to get the basic of completing the square formula. And then you can simplify it, so you will have x plus 2 squared. Then for this one you bring it to the right, bring to the right, and this one bring to the right. Don't forget 9 at the front. This will be 16. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, but first write everything will be on the left first. So y minus 1 squared equal to 71, and the pink is, because it's minus, so you bring to the right will be plus. Okay, don't forget the 16, and 4 divided by 2 is 2 squared will be 4. Okay, 4, and then for this one is minus, but you bring to the right will be plus. 9 times this one will be 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 squared 1. Okay, that's all. So simplify it again. Okay, you will get equal to 144, but you need to have 1 at the right side, so you need to divide everything with 144. So you will have x plus 2 squared over 9 y minus 1 squared over 16 equal to 1. Okay, that's our aim. That's the standard equations of the ellipse. going to sketch the graph. So already have your ellipse. So first we find the center. Okay, so we know the center is x minus h. That's the general one without the value of center. This one will be y minus k. So we know that our h is this is plus 2. Our h is negative 2, and our k will be 1. So sort of our center will be here, which is negative 2, 1. Okay, and next we need to find the v major like before, exactly the same like before, because this is the vertical ellipse. The major will have different k value, which is this one. Then our b, so we simplify first. Our a squared is 9, then our a will be 3, our b squared is 16, our b will be 4. So v1 is, the h is negative 2, and k is 1. 1 plus 4 will be 5, and v2 will be negative 2. 1 minus 4, because this is the b, will be negative 3. And then we have v minor. Okay, we have h plus minus a. Okay, and that will be constant on the k. So v3 is equal to negative 2 plus 3, because a is 3. We have h, this is h, this is k, and 3 minus 2 is 1, and k will be 1. And v4 is h is negative 2 minus 3, it will be negative 5, and the k will be 1. And the Foresight will be more or less like this, which you have constant k and k plus minus c. We didn't find the c yet, so we need to find it, because b is greater than a, so b square minus a square, so which is 16 minus 9. Okay, you got 7. You got 7 for c squared, so c is square root 7. So which is the f1 will be negative 2, k is 1, 1 plus square root of 7. You don't need to find the decimal places of it. And here negative 2, 1 minus square root 7. Okay, so now we are going to label it. So we have v1 here will be on the positive side, which is negative 2, 5. And then we have v2, which is negative 2, negative 3. And we have here v3, which is 1, 1. And here is v4, negative 5, 1. And then we have Foresight here. f1 will be negative 2, 1 plus square root 7. And then we have f2 here, which is negative 2, 1 minus square root 7. Then we finish our sketching. Okay, this one is more or less like the example 27, so you need to have this one, this equation into the standard one. Just follow step by step for that, and you're gonna have it. Okay, and compare with your friends the answer. Okay, if I get the answer, you already got the answer directly for the center Foresight.